So, welcome to Visions IFTP.
Hi, my name is Joseph Gregory Mahoney. I'm a professor of politics and international relations at East China Normal University in Shanghai, where I also direct the Center for Ecological Civilization.
I'm Lizzy. I'm from South Africa, influencer, and I share about the lifestyle in China.
Hey everyone, I'm Rocky Xu. I am a documentary filmmaker on YouTube.
My name is Jay Paredes. I like to think of myself as a global citizen.
Hello, I'm Francine Caron. I'm from Belgium and I moved to Hainan a year ago.
Actually, the day we went there, the weather was very, very nice.
Yeah.
Am I the only one at the table who loves the heat?
No,
Yeah.
we love it. Love it.
yeah,
Love
you
it.
too.
Love it. I love it.
I hate heat. That's why I moved to Boston, because it's cold there.
Well, I'm curious to hear about your experience because
Yeah, we're so curious because we just saw some short videos that's really fast and furious. You're rushing the field.
I saw Lizzy on the track. I saw your video on the track.
Yeah, so like from my side, like the experience was incredible because they said we're gonna get in a car, and that's kind of all they said. So when we got in the car and this car sped up, and I'm just like this, and I was trying to like keep a cool and calm face, but I was just laughing the whole way around. So I think what they're doing there is very important.
I don't like driving. We both admitted that we have problems with road rage. We're easily triggered. And I choose not to drive in Shanghai because that would be absolute madness. But when we were going there, we want to drive. And they're like, oh yeah, you can't drive. And then when we actually got in the cars, I'm like, yeah, I don't want to drive.
I don't want to drive anymore.
This is frightening. I don't want to do it.
How fast did your car go?
170 something.
That's crazy.
70.
Wow.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Literally, I love roller coasters, but there was this one road that literally
There's like-
feels like your car's gonna tip over, and I had to
Exactly.
close my eyes.
You can feel the G-forces.
Mine was only 120, and it was already scary enough for me.
Yeah. What impressed me the most, there were so many different types of roads that they are testing here. I mean, because a lot of the cars here, it gets exported to a lot of the Southeast Asian countries, right? And the roads there don't look like the roads here in China. So I think what they're doing is really important. And I actually asked the question, is it like only for safety? But they were talking about like it's also for, the durability. So I feel
Mechanical
like,
aspect,
the chemical, exactly, like what the manufacturers and the engineers are doing there. So it was much more important than just being like, oh wow, how cool was this experience? So I think what they're doing right there is very important because of the high heat. A lot of the cars need to be tested if the batteries are gonna like set on fire.
I just want to say from an engineering point of view, to have this kind of facility here, that's a great added value for Hainan. Because you need to do these kind of tests on cars.
Yes.
And for me, it sounds, I've lived here for a long time, I didn't know they have it here, so it's a nice information. But the countries I come from, there is an opposite extreme. You have a block heater because it gets so cold that the cars are freezing. So being here in Hainan and getting cars tested for overheating, that's pretty cool. You can have this facility.
I think the idea behind it is the most important actually, because the idea, we're talking about testing cars, but the idea behind it is actually validation, right? Because you can have a lot of marketing claims about your car, but you need to test it. Like for example, the business that I'm in, ESG, there's a lot of promises, but you actually need that tangible evidence. And Hainan is a perfect testing ground, in my opinion, not only for vehicles, but because, there is climate change. And a lot of countries, especially in Europe, are experiencing extreme heat. So our customers, for example, they ask us for climate resilience plans.
Because there's so much that goes into a car, right? Like people just think, oh, you get in a car, it's supposed to be safe. But now I learn, like the batteries, it's the electronics, right? So I want to, as a car owner, know that my car got tested in these tough conditions. I'm getting in a car, and it makes it more reliable. So I feel like what the engineers are doing is very, very important.
New EVs need to test from the hottest to the coldest conditions.
Exactly.
Right?
Yes.
Because Hainan is one of the biggest market share for EVs.
Well, I really like what you said. Like the topic is the cars, but you can literally buy it and extrapolate to anything.
To many
Even
businesses.
test how it affects people.
Yes, it tests even buildings. Buildings are, for me, the construction industry should really come to Hainan to test their new technology. Beyond the heat, humidity, but so buildings need to really, like construction materials would be amazing to test in Hainan. Construction materials, even I think aviation. Aviation should be tested here because aviation uses communication navigation, surveillance, so radars.
I think the most important industry would be air conditioning industry to be tested.
And also like the electronics, like we just talked about it in the car, but I feel like something we use, like phones, right? Computers. Like really, when I travel, like that's a big problem. My phone slows down completely because of the heat.
Hainan, a place to build trust.
If you make it in Hainan, you make it everywhere.